Greetings to everybody out there in the NoDQ galaxy. Welcome to NoDQ&A video here on NoDQ.com and the YouTube channel, youtube.com/AaronRiftNoDQ. Make sure you stay tuned for the entire video. At the very end, you could just skip to the end if you want, I have a special announcement, a fun announcement for you guys regarding upcoming editions of NoDQ&A video. Stay tuned for that, but for now, let's get to your questions. This question comes from the general of NoDQ, Jerry Slaughter. He says, question that he also posted to Stephen Osborne, if Charlotte were to form a new 4 horsewomen using stars out of any company, who could you see used? As far as outside the company, first person that comes to mind for me would be the daughter of a 4 horsemen member, Tessa Blanchard, the daughter of Tully Blanchard. Would make perfect sense. Her and Charlotte aligned together like their fathers were. In addition to that, I would have somebody who's an up-and-comer, somebody who could be mentored by Charlotte. I would put Candice LeRae in the horsewomen. And then for the 4th member, you need some muscle. You need an enforcer. Now, because it doesn't look like we're getting a WWE horsewomen versus an MMA horsewomen anytime soon, I would use Shayna Baszler as that 4th member to be the muscle for the group. That would be my 4 horsewomen. And I would like to see it in WWE. Why not? This question comes from Josh, Sun Goshiku. He says, what do you consider as Molly Holly's best match, best promo, and best moment in WWE? As far as matches go, probably one with Trish Stratus. I think of King of the Ring. That one was pretty good. As far as a moment or promo, I really enjoyed the storyline she did with Spike Dudley. That was a lot of fun. So I would say anything involving Spike Dudley, and maybe that segment with Steve Austin when Austin got in her face. That was a fun moment, even though I was not a fan of that Steve Austin heel turn, as you guys know. I still enjoyed that one a lot. So, best promo? Probably sometime around the period where she shaved her head. She was cutting some good promos around that time, but I cannot remember a specific one off the top of my head. This question comes from Oladipo for MVP at Cam71101. Name a pay-per-view that's a bad show but a guilty pleasure for you. Mine is WrestleMania 27, he says. That is not mine. That's just a bad show. I will not go back and watch it for any entertainment value. Probably WrestleMania 4. That one was not very well received. It's traditionally considered to be a bad WrestleMania. But I liked the tournament. I liked the storyline with the Mega Powers, with Randy Savage having to go through 4 opponents in one night to win the world title. I love how he changed his outfit for every match and Elizabeth changed her dress for every match. I liked it. I liked that whole storyline. The matches were not that good, but as far as the story goes, I find it fun to watch. So WrestleMania 4 is probably my guilty pleasure. This question comes from the Michael Wayne. Will Adam Cole stay in WWE or will he go to AEW? And he also asks, what is the future of the Undisputed Era with or without him? That's an interesting question, Michael. There has been a lot of talk about Adam Cole. There's a rumor that his WWE contract will be expiring soon. Will he go to AEW? His girlfriend, Britt Baker, is there, of course. Adam Cole has friends in AEW. Will WWE pay Adam Cole good money just to stay in the NXT brand? If Adam Cole went to the main roster, would he be utilized properly or would he just get lost in the shuffle? I could see him going to AEW. I think it could go either way with him. I think AEW would be a great place for him to work. Main roster, it's a big question mark. Would WWE push him strongly or would he just be in the Ricochet role? in WWE, where he's just the mid-carder who can have great matches, but there's never going to be any serious push for him. I'm not really sure what's going to happen with him. He could stay in NXT, but I feel like he's done all there is to do in NXT. He's been the world champion. He's set records as far as being the longest NXT champion goes, but I don't know what else there is for him once his reign as NXT champion comes to an end. And that could be ending very soon. Undisputed Era, I think, again, what else can you do with the group? They've been around for several years. I've talked about before the idea of Adam Cole feuding with Undisputed Era or the whole group going to the main roster. Neither has happened up to this point. If he leaves the company, I definitely see Undisputed Era splitting up. I think you could keep the group around a little bit longer if Cole is still involved, whether it's with the group or feuding with the group. But other than that, I don't think it would continue without him being part of the WWE umbrella. This question comes from Mr. Yuck, Mr. Christopher Yuck. He says, do you think the Dark Order is lacking by not semi-going NWO style? Wouldn't it have been cool if 10 was revealed as a known rival of Moxley? If the faction lasts, could you see Eric Rowan joining Brody Lee or maybe rival each other? I do think the Dark Order needs more. Brody Lee has brought some life to it. The faction was falling a bit flat, in my opinion. We had Brody Lee come in and he gave it some life. He gave it some credibility. You could potentially bring in somebody like Eric Rowan, but then, of course, you would get the fans saying, oh, AEW is just hiring former WWE guys and so on and so forth. But I would not mind it. I would not mind a few new Dark Order members that are not wearing masks being pushed as part of the group. I think part of the problem is that you just have these guys standing out there and they could be anybody under the mask, just random people. They have no identity, no personality. But yeah, I think there is more you can do with the group, and it's just a matter of the creative minds in AEW being able to do something with this group and take it to the next level. Not sure if it's necessarily copying the NWO, but doing something interesting to give the group some more credibility. We'll see what happens with them. This question comes from Colin Andrew at NoDQ.com/Colin. Who is your favorite European champion in WWE history? I really liked D'Lo Brown's run. I felt like D'Lo really showed a lot of passion for the championship, and thus he was one of the better champions. I remember when he beat Triple H, how excited he was, and I think that elevated him. He made the title seem like it was something important. Another person who you might not think is Al Snow. I liked what Al Snow did when he would come out representing a different country for each match. That was a fun gimmick, and I think one that people tend to forget about. Val Venus I thought was a pretty good one, and of course British Bulldog, even though he did not defend the title a lot. British Bulldog was the first champion, and I still remember him versus Owen Hart in '97, the first European title match. That was an all-time classic. So those were some of my picks. That will wrap things up for this edition of No DQ&A video here on NoDQ.com. Now for the fun announcement I promised you guys. The No DQ Super Chat Championship is back. Why else was I wearing yellow? Because the Super Chat title is back. You guys asked for it. I decided to bring it back in a different way. Next edition of No DQ&A video, there will be a premiere on YouTube. Make sure you guys subscribe and turn on notifications so you know when the video is coming. For the premiere, all you have to do to become champion is leave a Super Chat. However, the catch is the Super Chat champion will be the person that leaves the biggest single Super Chat donation. And that person will get a special Super Chat shout out on the next edition of No DQ&A video after that, that person will be featured as the champion. So stay tuned for that. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate your viewership and support, and I will see you guys next time.